Hey, Pre-K1 and Pre-K2, it's Mr. Pimsler. Welcome back from spring break. I miss you so much. I hope you're doing okay, and today I'm going to read you a book. I hope you enjoy it. The title of the book I'm going to read is The Kissing Hand. And children, we read this book in our class, so you're familiar with it, but pretend like it's your first time. The title is The Kissing Hand, and the author's name is Audrey Penn. The author writes the words. And you can see Mother Raccoon and Baby Raccoon and the big moon in the background. I wonder if it's during the day or at nighttime. Let's read and find out. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried, I don't want to go to school. He told his mother, I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you? So there you can see Chester Raccoon. We learned his name is Chester. And he's not really too happy. He's sad. He doesn't want to go to school. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. That means she rubbed him on the ear, nuzzled him on the ear. Oh, Chester, sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently. Even if they seem strange and scary at first, but you will love school once you start. Okay, and there she is, nuzzling him on the ear, reassuring him, telling him that it's going to be okay. Sometimes we have to try things that we're nervous about, new things, things that are strange. It's okay. Sometimes we have to try new things. She says, you'll make new friends and play with new toys. Okay, right here you can see the new friends and him playing in the sandbox with some new toys. Read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. She knows a secret. I wonder what the secret could be. But I'm also wondering, she said, this will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. So he spends his days at home and he spends his nights at school. That's interesting. I wonder if that's because he's a raccoon. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? He asked his mom. Oh, a very old secret. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. Why, Mom, what is that? Okay, you can see Chester. He's looking up at her with a curious look like, I don't know, Mom, what is the kissing hand? He's curious. He wants to find out the answer. I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Okay, so open your hands and make it into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. And you can see that right here. She leaned down. Now we're going to pretend, children, don't really kiss your hand. But she leaned down and kissed Chester in the middle of his hand. Wow. And look, you can see how it made Chester feel. Look at all the hearts coming out of Chester's hand. Okay, you can also see some hearts over here between Mommy and Chester. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and you need a little loving from home, Just press your hand to your cheek, just like this, and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts, okay? So she told him, her advice to him was, if you feel sad, take your hand, hold it to your cheek, and the kiss will come right from your hand and make your whole body feel warm, make you feel happy, make you feel good inside, make you feel cozy. This is some great advice by Mother Raccoon. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now do be careful not to lose it. She teased him. That means it was a joke. Be careful not to lose the kiss. But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. And here you can see Chester. You can tell he's really focusing on his mommy and listening intently. He's paying attention to her. Look how he's looking up. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. Here you can see Chester looking at his hand and Chester being happy. He's playing with his ball. He's excited. He's no longer nervous. His kissing hand makes him feel comfortable and warm inside. Oh, look, now we can tell that it's nighttime, just like the moon on the front of the book. It's nighttime. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Okay, there's Chester, and here's his school. Wow, children, his school is in a tree because he's a raccoon. He looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and he grinned. That means he smiled. Give me your hand, he told her. There they are. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers. He made it into a fan, and next he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. So just like she had kissed his hand, he returned the favor and kissed her hand. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and I love you, he turned and danced away. And here you can see there's Mommy Raccoon, and there's Chester, and there's the school, and here's some other friends coming to the school too. So interesting that they go to school at night. Now a word for an animal that's active at night, that stays up at night and sleeps during the day is called nocturnal. Everybody say that with me. Nocturnal. Nocturnal. That means active at night. Animals that stay up at night. You usually won't see raccoons during the day. You'll usually see them at night. Now, Mrs. Raccoon watched as Chester scampered across a limb to enter school, and as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. Here's Mother Raccoon, and she's looking up at Chester as he is walking to school. She's probably a little worried and nervous about her baby raccoon, but she's using her kissing hand to make her feel comfortable and warm and cozy. And here you can see all the different animals at the school. There's a deer, and there's the raccoon, there's Chester. I think the owl is the teacher. Okay, there's some other animals down here. What a great book. And this right here says, I love you. This is how people do I love you if they can't hear. They do it with their hands. Now my question for you is, why did Chester's mommy decide to give him the kissing hand? Why did Chester's mommy decide to give Chester the kissing hand? And my answer for you is because he was so nervous about school. He was nervous and he was frightened, and the kissing hand was a little trick, an old remedy that the mom had, a trick, a way that if she gave him the kissing hand, he would feel comfortable and safe at school, and it would make him happy. Children, I miss you so much. I love you guys. I hope you're doing okay at home. I hope you enjoy this video, and be good for your parents. See you next time.